In today's video, we're going to make sure you are not making these Medicare mistakes. So let's get right into it. We're going to talk about seven costly Medicare mistakes you want to avoid. Are you making these mistakes? I hope not. Let's get right into it. The first costly mistake is delaying Medicare Part B without a valid reason. It's very important to take note that you have to enroll in Medicare Part A and B on time when you turn 65, unless you have employer's health insurance coverage. It's very important that you understand that you have a 7-month window to enroll in Medicare on time. 3 months before you turn 65, the month of your 65th birthday, and 3 months after you turn 65 is when you want to enroll in Medicare on time. If you decide to go on Medicare Part A only because Medicare Part A is hospital coverage and it does not have a monthly premium, but you decide to go ahead and not enroll in Medicare Part B because you don't want to pay the monthly premium, when you do enroll in Medicare Part B, if you wait after your initial enrollment period, you will be penalized every year you went without Medicare Part B. So it's very important to make sure that you do have employer's coverage, okay? So if you have employer's coverage, or if you're on your spouse health insurance, it's okay. You can stay on your health insurance at your job, 20 or more employees, or your spouse health insurance coverage. That is fine. That is considered credible health insurance coverage. Other than that, I recommend that you do enroll on Medicare Part A and B on time. If you decide not to take this advice, when you do enroll in Medicare Part B, you will be penalized for the time that you was not enrolled. And unfortunately, this penalty is for the remaining of your life that you are enrolled in Medicare Part B. So do not make this costly mistake. You will regret it later on if you have to pay that extra monthly premium on top of the Part B premium. No fun. Just enroll on Medicare on time. And Marketplace health insurance, also known as Obamacare, also known as the Affordable Care Act, is not considered credible coverage. So if you're on Marketplace health insurance, you need to get off of that when you turn 65 and go ahead and enroll in Medicare, okay? Also, what is not considered credible health insurance is Christian-based plans, okay? So if you're on a Christian-based plan, that is not considered credible health insurance. Like I said, you need to go ahead and get off of that and enroll in Medicare, okay? So it's very important to understand that in private health insurance plans as well. So if you're on a private health insurance plan, you need to go ahead and disenroll and go ahead and get on Medicare. The second mistake you don't want to make is not enrolling in a Part D prescription drug plan on time, or just skipping out Part D altogether. The most common excuse that I get is, I'm not taking any medication, so why should I enroll in a Part D plan? I don't plan on taking any medications. I get it, I understand. However, if you do not enroll in a Part D plan, like I said, which is prescription drug coverage, when you do, you will be penalized for every month that you went without Medicare Part D. So the best advice is to go ahead and enroll in a $0 Part D prescription plan or a low-cost Part D prescription plan to avoid any problems when it comes to enrolling in a Part D plan later on. A lot of times individuals turn 65, they're not taking any medication, so they feel like they don't need Part D. And then when they're 75, they're like, I need to take these medications. I need a Part D plan. These medications are very expensive. So they get on a Part D plan just to realize that they're going to be penalized for the last 10 years because they was never enrolled in Part D. And unfortunately, this penalty does follow you for the rest of your life. So you will pay an extra premium for the remaining of your life while you're on Part D. So don't make that mistake. Just go ahead and enroll in a Part D plan. You could do this with a Medicare Advantage plan, or you could do this with a standalone Part D plan. So yeah, don't make that mistake. The third costly mistake is not choosing the right Medicare Advantage plan. It's very important that you understand the difference between the HMO plan and a PPO plan when it comes to Medicare Advantage plans. With the HMO, you need a referral to see a specialist from your primary care doctor. With the HMO plan, you cannot go out of network. If you go out of network, you will pay the full price for those providers. With a PPO plan, you don't need a referral from your primary to see a specialist. You can see doctors in and outside of network. However, you'll pay more for those doctors outside of network, okay? It's very important that you use our checklist when it comes to looking at a Medicare Advantage plan, and that is your doctor in network? Is your hospital preference in network? Are your medications covered? Another thing you want to look at is if anything is important to you, such as dental, vision, and hearing. So you definitely want to look at those benefits and choose a plan that helps with those extra perks. And the last thing, of course, you want to look at is, do you have anything special going on, such as do you go to dialysis? Is your dialysis center and network? What about home health? Is the home health company that you're using and network? All of these things are very important when it comes to picking out the right Medicare Advantage plan that best fits your needs. The fourth thing that you do not want to make a mistake on is not understanding the Medigap Medicare Supplement enrollment guidelines, okay? It's very important to understand that the first 6 months that you enroll in Medicare Part B, you can get on a Medicare supplement plan without any underwriting questions, meaning that you could do an application to enroll in a Medicare supplement plan and they would not ask you about your health history. They won't ask you about who's your doctor, and you could go ahead and enroll in that plan without any issues, okay? So that is very important to take note. The thing is, after that 6-month period, if you want to enroll in a Medicare supplement plan, then you will go through underwriting. And there are certain conditions where you would not get accepted, unfortunately, if you have these conditions. A lot of people make this mistake because with marketplace health insurance, there's a law there that you cannot be denied due to pre-existing health conditions. However, this is not the case when it comes to Medicare supplement plans. You can be denied for pre-existing health conditions. Now, this is out of the window. Like I said, the first 6 months after enrolling in Medicare Part B, you don't have to worry about underwriting. However, after the 6 months, you will have to go through underwriting. And if you say yes to certain questions, such as dementia, Parkinson's, diabetes with complications, certain heart conditions, if you say yes to these, AFib, and I could go on and on some of these questions. If you say yes, then you will get denied. So it's very important to understand how the process works when it comes to a Medicare supplement plan if you choose to go ahead and enroll in a Medicare supplement plan. So yeah, it's very important to understand this process. I have a lot of videos on Medicare supplement plans. Definitely check them out and it will help you make your decisions on whether you want a Medicare supplement or a Medicare Advantage. The fifth costly mistake that individuals make is just assuming that Medicare covers everything. However, this is not the case. Original Medicare does not cover things such as dental, vision, and hearing. Original Medicare covers 80%, leave you behind 20%. Did you know that? That is why a lot of individuals would choose a Medicare Advantage plan or a Medicare supplement plan. So don't make that mistake and assume that Medicare covers everything. Did you know that original Medicare doesn't even cover physical exams? Yes, that is correct. So you do need to understand the do's and don'ts when it comes to Medicare. So definitely subscribe to our channel because we are dedicated to help you understand how Medicare works, okay? So yeah. The sixth mistake that a lot of individuals make is failing to compare plans annually. So between October 15th to December 7th every year, it's annual enrollment period. So annual enrollment period is for individuals that's already on a Medicare Advantage plans and drug plans that want to look and compare their plans. Every single year, your plan will send you out a letter, the annual notice of change letter. Okay, it's very important not to throw away this letter and to really read it with a fine tooth comb. It will tell you the difference between what your plan is covering and the changes for the following year. It's the perfect opportunity to decide if you want to stay with your plan or change your plan. A lot of individuals, they love their plan, they're just happy with the customer service, and a lot of times benefits drop and they don't even realize it. You don't necessarily have to go with a whole different insurance company. Maybe you want to stay within that insurance company, but just change your plan with another plan that newly came out that may be a better fit for your situations, your needs, and the benefits that you enjoy. So it's very important to review your plan year after year during the annual enrollment period. And it's very definitely important when it comes to your medications. You want to make sure that your medications are still covered. The last thing you want is to go to the pharmacy in a January or February the following year to find out your medications are no longer covered or your copays are through the roof. So it's very important to compare year after year to make sure that plan that you love is still the plan that you will love the following year. The last and seventh thing that we're going to go over in today's video is that individuals make this mistake all the time. And this is going to a doctor, going to a hospital, going to a provider that is not within your plan's network. So if you're on a Medicare Advantage plan, you must stay in the plan's network, whether it's an HMO or a PPO. Now, with the PPO, you can go in and out of network. However, the doctors still have to say, we take this PPO plan, okay? So it's very important to make sure that your provider is in a network with these plans, especially with an HMO plan, because if you see doctors outside a network, you will pay full price, okay? Even if it's with something like getting your blood taken, your labs done, you want to make sure that you go to a place that's going to draw your blood that is a network. You don't want any surprise bills. Even with the pharmacy, you want to go with a pharmacy that is within the plan's network or a preferred pharmacy because those medications will be a lot cheaper if you just stay within network. So it's very important that you stay within your plan's network, whether it's seeing a specialist, a provider, going to the hospital, getting blood work done, like I said, going to dialysis, home health, the whole works. Make sure you're seeing providers that are indeed in network. You will pay the lowest cost and you don't have to worry about any surprises when it comes to paying those medical bills. So let me know in the comments, have you made any of these mistakes or do you know anyone that is making this mistake right now? Some individuals unfortunately just don't know, and some can be a little stubborn as well. I have met individuals that only have Medicare Part A, they don't have Medicare Part B as well. And I've tried to talk to them and say, hey, you're going to be penalized. And sometimes individuals just don't want to take the advice. But once they get to the point they need it, they tend to regret it. You know, like not enrolling in Medicare Part D because you're not taking any medications, or not enrolling in Medicare Part B because you just feel like you don't need to go to the doctor. But when you need it, you kind of need it. So it's very important to take care of your health and definitely take advice when it comes to these 7 Medicare mistakes. Don't make these costly mistakes. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer those questions. If you need help with any of this information that we talked about in today's video, give our office a call. We'll be more than happy to assist you. We do not charge for our services when it comes to helping our clients with Medicare. We will help you from A through Z, from start to finish. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you know anyone that can use this video, share this video with a friend. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to see me again, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Ciao for now. Bye.